Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you about two new fragrances that came out this year. They came out just recently, a month ago or a week ago. Well, it depends on the country you're in. The second fragrance I'm going to be talking about is more recent. So what is the same for these fragrances is that I didn't like them. Maybe it's my skin, maybe it's how my pH of the skin reacts to these chemicals, but it just I didn't like them. So I'm gonna be talking to you about these two. I'm gonna be starting with the fragrance. Just behind me you have some fragrances, so you kind of understand what I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be talking about Acqua di Parma as the second fragrance, and Guerlain as the first fragrance. So as the first fragrance, I have Acqua Allegoria Flora Bloom by Guerlain. So I have a sample here, and this is a second sample because I used to have another one. I used it up. I didn't like the fragrance, so it happens that I had another sample. I started using it just to understand, is it a fragrance that I don't like, or maybe it's a bad batch? It turns out that my skin just doesn't go with this fragrance. So I do still have a couple of sprays in this one. So I'm gonna let you know what is inside the fragrance. So we have mango, bergamot, lime, tuberose, iris, rose, violet, coconut, musk, and sandalwood. So these are the notes of this fragrance. And quite a long time ago, when I wasn't making videos in English yet, I made a video about a beautiful Mugler fragrance that is Iced Star. And the Iced Star fragrance, it has coconut plus pineapple, but it doesn't really matter, is it coconut and pineapple, or coconut or bergamot, or coconut and lemon. For me it's all the same. The coconut plus this a little bit zesty, a little bit sour fruit, it might not, but it might result in something really unpleasant on my skin. Luckily, the Mugler fragrance was a beautiful fragrance. It is still a beautiful fragrance, and I didn't have this problem. But with this one, with mango and coconut, plus we have bergamot, and we have a lemon, or is it a lime? It is a lime. This thing happened. So I'm telling you, it might be that it's my skin that reacts in this way, but the fragrance that my skin produces when a couple of drops of this fragrance is sprayed on my skin is something really unpleasant. It's very it almost seems like it's a sweaty thing, and it's an undefined mix of fruits, kind of a bit rotten fruits, and flowers. Now, the picture of this fragrance is beautiful. If you go on a website, on the Guerlain website, you will see how beautiful is the photo shoot for this fragrance, and it's so many flowers. So I was actually expecting, even from the name itself, like the flora bloom, like flowers blooming, I was expecting flower fragrance, whereas it is not a flower fragrance. It's fruity. It's very fruity fragrance with a minimum amount of flowers. And in my opinion, for my skin, it's like that. And there's this undernote of a dusty, unpleasant coconut that I have on my skin. And mind you, I don't usually make these videos where I bash the fragrance, because I don't like doing that. I really don't. I like expressing my opinions on fragrance, but I just don't express my negative opinions on the fragrances, because what's negative for me, it might be very beautiful and portable and a nice, easy, rich fragrance for you, right? So, but here I just had to go out and talk about this fragrance, because unfortunately, as much as I love Guerlain, and I do love this brand, it's a beautiful brand. I love it to bits. It's one of my favorites actually in the whole universe, in cosmetic and in fragrance universe alike. But this one, it's not good. On my skin, it isn't good. Doesn't mean, I have to repeat, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be like that on your skin. But just keep in mind that even though it was advertised as heavily flowery fragrance, there's a lot of fruits in here. And we have mango, we have coconut, that are not easy fruits to make, they are not easy fruits to wear. So we also have, for some reason, I don't know why would they put violet and iris here. So this fragrance is also a bit powdery. So this powdery coconut that I've mentioned before, it might be because of the iris and violet as well. But for me, this is something that is not enjoyable. And I wasn't expecting this, because I kind of like Acqua Allegoria line. I like it. I do think, it's my honest opinion, I do think it's way overpriced for the longevity, for the sillage that we get, but it's nonetheless, these are the beautiful fragrances. But not this one. This one is, yeah, I didn't like it. The longevity of this fragrance, it isn't bad, surprisingly. I was expecting something between 1 hour, 3 hours. On me, I can easily say that one spray lasts up to 4 hours, which in my opinion is very good. But mind you, usually the coconut fragrances, they tend to last more. So maybe it's due to the coconut, maybe it's thanks to the coconut that it lasts so long. So yeah, um yeah, it's a total miss for me, unfortunately. Please let me know what it is for you. Did you like it? Did you test it? Because there's two fragrances actually. There's this Flora Bloom and Flora Bloom Forte. I'm talking about the Flora Bloom, the classic one, without the Forte edition. So Flora Bloom Forte, I didn't test it. I just had two sample of Flora Bloom, and trust me, I don't even have a wish to test that other fragrance. So let's jump in, and I'm gonna tell you about another fragrance that didn't impress me, and I love this line and I love this brand to bits. So this is Acqua di Parma, and the fragrance is Mandarino di Sicilia, so it's Sicilian mandarin. So, and I do have a sample of this one here with me, so it's like that, and the sample is here. So the notes are green mandarin, red, orange, bergamot, lemon, petitgrain, spearmint, cedar, musk, and patchouli. And I love green scents. I love mandarin. I love zesty. I love citrus scents. But this one is unfortunately not my cup of tea. I'm gonna explain you why it's not my cup of tea. Because in my opinion, you see, we have this beautiful opening on the paper. We have this green mandarin and an orange and bergamot and lemon and petitgrain. But what I really feel as an opening is a huge, huge, heavy dose of spearmint. It's such an overpowering scent. It's so potent. It's so predominant. It's like it covers everything else for me in this fragrance. And this heavy, heavy, heavy dose of spearmint, it actually lasts for like half an hour before my nose is able to perceive, to kind of catch on some other note. Before like 30, 25 to 30 minutes, I'm unable to smell anything else. It's just the spearmint for me. Then it comes, like other notes come, the zestiness comes out, the uh, citrusness comes out, and still I do not feel mandarin as a mandarin that I would really like to feel, like in Arancia di Capri, like in the um, orange fruit from Capri, where we have this beautiful and very juicy and sweet and ripe and beautiful orange. In this one, my nose perceives, like if you would take an mandarin peel and just chop the mandarin peel, so just the skin of the fruit. So this is what my nose gets. So for me, this is quite a linear fragrance with the heaviest dose of spearmint and this and the mandarin peel, and that's pretty much it. And towards the end of this life on my skin of this fragrance, I have these almost herbaceous notes. Yeah, it's not bad. Just I don't want to pass the message that it's bad. It's just this opening, the beautiful, juicy and fruity and sweet opening is missing for me. It's completely cut off from the fragrance for my nose, and I don't like it. I don't like it because, yeah, if in my opinion, if you say that there's the mandarin from Sicily, I have to feel the mandarin from Sicily, and I don't. My nose doesn't feel it. My nose feels a heavy dose of spearmint and then the mandarin peel, which is not exactly same as a mandarin, right? It's a skin of a fruit. It's not the fruit itself. So maybe for you it's gonna be different. Maybe you are gonna be able to detect this beautiful, juicy, ripe opening, and maybe with Guerlain you're gonna be able to enjoy the beautiful fruity and the beautiful flower bouquet. But for me, unfortunately, these two fragrances are a total miss. And again, you see, if we like, if I have to buy one of these fragrances, I'm not gonna be buying Guerlain because it's just impossible for me. It's a dusty coconut with heavy dose of powder. It's not flattering on me. But Acqua di Parma, it isn't bad. And I have nothing against spearmint or mint in general. It's just that it's not what it was supposed to be. It's not what the pyramid told us that it's gonna be. The fragrance is completely different from how it was described. But it's not a bad fragrance. It's not a bad fragrance. It's just not a mandarin fragrance for me. Yeah, so for me, it's like that. Please let me know if you happen to test the fragrances, if you happen to like them, if you happen to have bought them already. Let me know, what do you think of these fragrances. How do they behave on your skin? And I repeat, I don't like to be negative because what's amiss for me, it might be golden for you and vice versa, right? So I blame it on my skin chemistry. And yeah, so just let me know how you feel about these fragrances. And I thank you for your attention. I wish you a beautiful Wednesday. And I will see you on Sunday. Bye.